Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I got this giant package in the mail from GLOW Cosmetics. When I saw this posted on their Instagram page, I was like, I fucking need to have that. I like to depot some eyeshadows. I like to depot everything, to tell you the truth. Is this thing even gonna come out of here? I guess I'm gonna have to like tear this box off of here is what's gonna have to happen. All right, so this is the GLOW Colossal Pro Palette. It's like a Z palette on crack. This thing is fucking awesome looking. And it does have a mirror in there. But I was actually assuming that the mirror that would be in here would be the size of like this whole thing. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a giant mirror here, and it's actually very small. But since it doesn't like, I mean, it definitely unfolds all the way. I guess maybe if it like, maybe if it opened and then like stopped here, so that you could, you know, kind of look into the mirror. But I guess you'd really have to rest that up against something in order to really even use that mirror. This is your standard large size Z palette, and this is the Colossal Pro. This is a $30 palette here. Maybe it's like 25. And then this one is only 35. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of palette for the price, but I really think they should put a bigger mirror inside of there, and I'd pay like $60 for that palette. So before I start getting things organized inside this palette, I'm gonna take you on a tour of my makeup collection, and we'll take a look drawer by drawer. This first drawer here is for primers. So first we have a setting spray. This is actually not Urban Decay De-Slick. At this point, this would be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray, MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiant Base. At some point, this stuff probably will get purged because I'm just not a huge fan of primers. I am a fan of eye primers, and definitely the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I have this in the shade Eden. The second drawer is for concealer and miscellaneous skin products. So here we have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, a couple of the MAC Pro Longwear Concealers, the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops, Moonlight, I have these in Moonlight. A couple of Makeup Forever HD Stick, which this stuff probably could go. I also have a couple shades from the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. The next two drawers down are both foundation, so I'm actually going to pull those out together. So over here from this first drawer, we have the MAC Pro Longwear Foundation, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation, Studio Fix Fluid, the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, the MAC Studio Fix Perfecting Stick, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have Peach Natural, Rose Ivory, Classic Beige, and Amber Beige. I also have the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. And this one is white. And then we have 4 drawers of powders. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So starting over here, we have 3 compacts of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. Also have this empty Hello Kitty matte compact. This is the MAC Magically Cool Liquid Powder, my Frankenstein powder that I made out of various different powders. This has some of the Wet n Wild powder in it. It also has some of the Ben Nye Pretty Pink. It has some of the MAC Yellow, the soft yellow powder, which you can see I have a couple of these in smaller containers for on the go. I also have most of what's left of the Magically Cool liquid powder and Truth and Light, and a little bit of MAC Select Sheer Pressed Powder in NW20. I have the Posh Pepper Beauty Juicy Peach, and it's in a loose form, so I've been using this for all kinds of stuff lately. An e.l.f. Translucent Powder, Ben Nye Super White Face Powder, Makeup Forever Starlit Powder in the shade Iridescent Pearl, and then I've got a sample of some under eye setting powder from Posh Pepper Beauty, so I've been playing around with that one. I've got the MAC Heatherette Compacts, Alpha Girl, and Smooth Harmony. I have a couple of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is in the shade Warm Rose. Give Me Sun, which is my favorite bronzer. I have Soft and Gentle and Beaming Blush. The Pearl Sunshine Beauty Powder from the Barbie collection. The Next to Nothing powder in the shade Medium Plus. Mayron Star Blend Cake Makeup in white. I mean, you never know when you're gonna need a white pancake makeup. The MAC Black Chroma Cake. Then I have some random things in here. I have a Bare Study paint pot from MAC. I have a couple of the NYX Vivid Brights cream colors. Some random glitter that I mixed up. So next we are going to move on to liquid eyeshadows and to pigments. So I have 3 of these Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome liquid eyeshadows, and these are fucking sweet, actually. I've got 4 of the Wet n Wild Color Icon metallic liquid eyeshadows. I cannot use these. It's a shame because the colors of them are so pretty. Even as a liner, they get really chunky and flaky and they fall off and they're totally gross. The Stila Magnificent Metals. This is the Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow and I have it in the color Smoky Storm. I have a couple of the MAC paint sticks and I have 2 green colors. I have Landscape Green. Is that Landscape Green? And True Chartreuse. These are my MAC pigments: Magenta Madness, Fuchsia, Ruby Red, Rose, Copper Sparkle. I have 2 of the Pink Bronze, I don't know why. Off the Radar, Vanilla. Sun Pepper is my favorite. This is the best MAC pigment they ever came out with. Reflects Antique Gold, which I believe that this one was more of a glitter. This one was sold as a glitter, but it's so finely milled and it's so ultra fine that it really doesn't come off like a glitter at all. I have this purple one that was maybe part of a holiday collection that never gets used. I have MAC Tan pigment. I'll probably end up buying a full size if I ever make it through that little sample that I have. Now we are going to move on to my 2 favorite drawers, which are both full of glitter. And you know, glitter is my favorite. So this side over here is mostly lit cosmetics. We have Afternoon Delight, Strawberry Angel, California Soul, which is a really nice orange glitter that reflects greenish gold. Margarita, which is a shimmer, and it shifts from like a pink into a green. I have some of that on my nails right now, actually. Hello Sunshine, which is my favorite. I like to call this like my transition glitter. Spring Fling, which I got as a freebie. Rainbow Ride, this was another freebie. Soul Sister, Oprah, Joy, Barbie Shops. Fully Nude, this one is my favorite glitter of all time, and I will actually use the Hello Sunshine as my transition glitter, and then I'll pack this one all over the lid. Then I have Rhinestone Cowboy, which is almost like this black glitter that reflects like a rainbow hollow. I have a bunch of eye candy glitters in here. Cotton Candy Sugar. Now this one is definitely on my fingernails right now. Over here we have some matte glitters. We have 3D Silver, Crystalled Lime, Crystalled Orange, 3D Lavender, 3D Pink, and 3D Brass Gold. We also have some rhinestones in this drawer. And I have a couple of loose shadows over here too. I've got a couple of ColourPop shadows. I have the MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadow in Grand Galaxy, which is just like this kind of cool tone, shimmery purple. A teal pigment sample. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Matter pigment. It's just like a shimmery black pigment eyeshadow. This is the Dynamically Charged Spellbinder shadow from MAC. This is one of those magnetic eyeshadows where, see, there's a magnet on the bottom, so even, you know, once you get in there and you kind of like, you know, touch the product or kind of get around in there, it still maintains its same shape. This drawer just has a bunch of powder puffs, beauty blenders, makeup sponges, all of that kind of stuff in it. And then this one is for mascara and eyebrows. We've got a couple of different L'Oreal mascaras. We have the Voluminous Lash Paradise and the Voluminous False Fiber Lashes. The MAC Instacurl Lash and the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I have 2 different eyelash curlers in here and a couple of different eyebrow products. I have the MAC Stud Eyebrow Pencil, and these two are pretty old and crusty, and I do use them every day, but you don't really need to look inside of there. It's kind of disgusting. And then this bottom drawer has a lot of miscellaneous products. So on this side, we have a bunch of eyeliners, so many different kinds. Urban Decay, MAC, We've got some of those Wet n Wild liquid liners that came out with the Midnight Mermaid collection that I still haven't even tried yet. Lip liners in this pencil box here. And then in this pencil box, I have various mascara wands. Got some shadow shields, a palette and a spatula. Got some tweezers, a couple different kinds of tweezers. Q-tips, lash glue, glitter glue. Got a bunch of eyelashes back here. So over here we have 2 of these lipstick organizers. They have 3 rows. You can put lipstick, lip glosses in there. These are big enough to house my different palettes here. So I have contour powders and bronzers over here, blushes over here. I also have a lip palette in here. And this one has more kind of like nude shades on one side, kind of brighter, more vivid tones on the other. This is my highlighter palette. This is one of the double-sided Sephora Z palettes. This is another double-sided palette. And then this bottom drawer here has 4 more eyeshadow palettes. This one definitely has a little bit more of like that cooler tone. On this side, we have some warmer tones. This is a little bit more of the colorful kind of palette. This is where most of the very vibrant colors are kept. This palette houses the Naked palettes. So, and again, there are some that are missing from here. They're in other palettes. So we've got Naked 1, Naked 2, Naked 3, Naked Basics starts over here. Naked Basics 2, Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, the Viseart or Visart palette, and I think this one was actually for eyebrows. The Venus palette, the Modern Renaissance palette, the MAC Nutcracker Sweet Warm Eye Compact is here, with a couple of other shadows. Kat Von D Lolita shadow. These 3 here are from the Jaclyn Hill palette. On the other side is another kind of neutral but leaning very colorful palette. We have the Diane Kendall Spring Summer 2017. This is the Glamorize Me eyeshadow palette, and this is all cream shadows. These got a little bit of use when I first got it, but not a whole lot. I really need to revisit that guy. We have the Morphe 9A palette, which I've used a couple times lately. This cheap guy, we have the Jeffree Star palettes, we have Androgyny, we have Beauty Killer, and then I also have this Morphe Brushes palette, which is the 06F. And these are some face powders. I've only used one of these colors actually, and I use it like every single day. So you can tell which one it is. I've used that one quite a bit, and I use that as my under my jawline contour. Okay, so off camera, I did go ahead and put a lot of my single shadows and a couple of my palette into this giant JD Glow Cosmetics Colossal Pro Palette. And I was able to fit quite a few shadows in there. I'd say that's pretty impressive. Now again, I wish that this mirror right here was a little bit bigger, but you know, what are you gonna do? I think this is a pretty good consolidation of eyeshadows actually, and I'm glad that I'm gonna be able to work out of one palette. Like, that's fucking awesome. If you do like this kind of video, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscription button down below and tell all your friends about it, and I'll see you on the next one.